Swayam Prabha. Digital India. Educated India.
A very warm welcome in the fourth module of the week 3 of the course Roadmap for Patent Creation. We are discussing how to read a patent document. We have already started this discussion in the previous module. In this module, we will continue the same. In the last module, before leaving, I have given you some activity to write down a brief about the patent document. And also I have requested you to go through the similar patents and check that whether bibliographic information and the headings which are present in the patent document you are able to find out. I hope you have done the activity. Kindly keep that activity sheet with you along with the patent document. We will be discussing in detail each head in this module. Whatever the headings we have seen in the previous module, we have just marked that thing. So now we will go in the details of the each heading, and also would be telling what one should keep in mind while reading or drafting the patent document. Just like the previous module, I would be giving you an activity in the last. During this module, we will check in detail the various heads, what all it should contain, and how the reference patent document has these documents present in the document. So we will see the reference document whichever we are seeing. So you can just match up with the things. So we will start. So let us check first the title. It is the prime requirement of a title that it should indicate the subject matter relating to the invention. Title should disclose the particular feature of the invention and should not exceed 15 or 16 words. Generally it is a 15 words, it should not exceed that 15 words. These requirements can be found, it is mentioned in the section 10(1) of the Patent Act and the rule 13(7). So let us check the patent document. So here in this patent document, here the title is, that is a oral care system. This is the title of the invention. Okay. Now then you can see further whatever the parts are there, we will go in these details, but before that I would like to say that while filing the document, till now no objection has been raised for lengthy or non-precise titles, but it is always advisable to have a precise title. Nobody, still you will not see any objections if the words are more than 15, but still it is suggested that the title should be limited to 15 words. As seen in this patent document, title should be kept apt and subtle. No irrelevant matter should be put in the title. So you can just see that this title, that is oral care system. Simple language specifically describing the needful. Fancy expression should be avoided when you are writing about you are coining that title. Also abbreviations, terms like patent or novel, it should be avoided. It is suggested that you should avoid this kind of words like a novel, first time, all these kind of words. So you should use the qualitative terms while you are giving the title to your patent document. This document has the best title description. As mentioned, short, crisp and precise, and it is also explaining the patent subject matter, that is a oral care system, very precise, very clear. So now we move to another heading, which is the name of the applicant and address followed by nationality. As we have already understood that patent is a territorial right, therefore this information is important. So you have already seen in the bibliographic information that inventor, assignee, everything you have marked in the in that document already. Now what the next is? Next is a preamble to the description. So when you are filing form 2, form 2 is generally the complete specification is followed by the form 2. So what is a preamble to that description? Whatever the patent document starts, before that what the preamble should be used. In a provisional patent specification, it generally is that, I quote, the following specification describes the invention, that is the preamble. If it is a complete specification, what it is written, the preamble is, I quote, the following specification particularly describes the invention and the manner in which it is to be performed. So, provisional and complete specification, the preamble, there is a minor change in the preamble. So, let us check in the document, the reference document we have. So, see the document. So, here as it is a complete specification, you can say here the following specification particularly describes the invention and the manner in which it is to be performed. So, this is the preamble we are having in this document before starting the information about the other information which is present in the document. So, this is the preamble here. So, the first, this is the title, and then this is the preamble. This is the form 2, that is a which is giving you the complete specification, and here the section and the rules are mentioned. And here you can see the name of the applicant, that is a Colgate Palmolive company, it is mentioned here along with the address. So, this is the form 2 and this is the preamble. Now, the next is a field of invention. It is the next head which basically aims at reflecting upon the scope of the invention. It highlights the area to which the invented technology applies. Generally, this head starts with a, I quote, the invention relates to. This head can provide broad area of a technology claim. So, now let us again go through the patent document. Okay. So, now you can check here this field of the invention. So, this was the first page, whatever we have seen just now. Now, just check the next page, there is a field of invention. Now, see here what it is written here. The present invention relates generally to all oral care systems, kits and methods, and more specifically to a system, kits and methods including a toothbrush and a dispenser containing a fluid that detachably couples to the toothbrush. So, this is what the field of invention is. So, this is the field of invention and the information related to the field of invention given below. Here, the terms used specifically tries to explain the invention in higher degree of detail. Hence, the term like more specifically or more particularly aim at giving little precise and detailed account, though one should avoid giving details of invention here. The field of invention should contain general description and words or expression which might limit the scope of protection of invention should be avoided. After field of invention, the document has a background as the next head. In this head, the basis of invention is a mention as to what is the basic requirement or a need for this invention and in what context it should be read. This is very important section of any of the patent document. This section basically has three themes. First, where it goes as explain the problem with the existing technology. Then the second theme, it explains the existing problems and it includes all the work previously done to solve the problem. The third theme is where the inventor says that how the current invention, that is the document which you are reading, solves the problem. So, these are the three themes which are covered in the background. In some applications, background is also written as state of the art in the field. So, sometimes it may be written as a state of the art in the field. Already we know what is a state of the art, but now here when we are dealing with the document, we are saying it is a background. This section helps in identifying the status of the claim technology and also identifies the patents, publications or any pending patent application relating to the field. In short, background also gives us the prior art relating to this patent or a invention under consideration. Through prior art, it highlights the problems which are existed in the technology earlier. It narrates down the previous and current technology in the claim domain and also tells what the issues with them. Hence, in background, one will always find the mention of a problem in the prior art. All the information is collectively referred as a prior art. It is not necessary to specify closest prior art in the background section. Describing prior art generally is sufficient without specifically identifying it. Due care must be exercised as acknowledgement of something as a prior art may act as a estoppels during a prosecution of the application. A few effective strategies techno-legal expert may follow while drafting the state of the art section or this background section includes: generally they avoid use of the term prior art per se while describing the state of the art, or anywhere in the patent specification they will not use this word. The state of the art section should not label anything as the invention while describing prior art. So, you will not see the word invention, the invention, background. So, you will say only the background. Generally, the invention word is avoided. The section should not be titled as state of the art of the for the invention. So, only you will say the state of the art and you will not see the title as a state of the art for the invention. Inclusion of the word invention may limit the interpretation and therefore, it should be avoided. The state of the art should only highlight the problem that the invention solves. It should not be used to describe the solution of the identified problem. So, here you will only see what is the problem, you will not see the solution. For instance, the section should not include sentences such as there is need for a system and method that allow automatic transfer. You will not see this kind of wording in the background. One more care also should be taken, that it should not limit the scope of the invention in any manner in any particular field of use. So, you should not mention here that this invention is used in this field. So, by mentioning field you may restrict the scope of the invention. So, background should be a general. So, you can observe all these things while reading the background. Even though the motive of the section is to knock out all related prior art by describing its disadvantage, one should take care that they should not use a derogatory statement for the prior art. So, you should not use any word which will hamper, which will say something bad words or something bad, that failure or something like that about the other inventions. So, it is generally avoided in the background. So, in short, in the background you will see the only what is the problem and then that problem is explained and what are the different steps that how it is making that problem is very important, that they will just explain you the problem which is to be solved. There is no solution here. Okay. So, let us see the document, and in that document we will see how the background is mentioned. So, check the document. So, here when we see the background of the invention, you can see that it is started here with a para 0002 and then it is continued up to the 006. Now, what exactly it is saying in this background? So, I will read first para only, then you can just take your time and you can read the other para. Oral care products or agents are applied in different ways. For example, without limitation, a common technique used for applying tooth whitening products is to cast an impression of a person's teeth and provide a tray of the shape of this impression. A person then only needs to add a whitening composition to the tray and to apply the tray to his or her teeth. The tray is left in place for a period of time and then removed. After a few treatments, the teeth gradually whiten. Another technique is to use a strip that has a whitening composition on a surface. This strip is applied to a person's teeth and left in place for about 30 minutes. After several applications, the teeth are gradually whitened. Yet another technique is to apply a whitening composition to teeth using a small brush. This brush is repeatedly dipped back into the container during the application of the tooth whitening composition to one's teeth. After a few treatments, the teeth gradually whiten. Now, you can read the para 2, next para, that is 004, and then the last one is written as a more portable, compact and convenient way to store oral care products and to dispense and apply those oral care products to oral surfaces desired. So, what is the necessity is mentioned here, and in the start we have already seen that what exactly the prior art is present, that is mentioned here. So, now you can go through this document, you can see the different prior art which is mentioned here, and then you can see the what is the desired. So, this is the way how the background is drafted. In some patent document, you may observe the part as an object of the invention. So, we have just seen the background. Now, the next part is the object of the invention. What that object of the invention is? It refers to the objective of the invention. It refers to what the invention aimed to achieve. It highlights the technical problems associated with the existing technology and aims at providing a solution for that by bringing out the differences between the invention and the related prior art. It may say as, so in the object of the invention, you may see the statement like, I quote, the principal object of the invention is, then it may be the next kind of quote, I quote, another object of the invention is, or a further object of the invention is. So, you can see any of the statement followed by what is the object. This object of the invention, it may be present in all documents, it may be present in some documents, it may not be present. So, it depends. Now, in the document whatever you are reading now, you will not find object of the invention. So, what next you are saying in your document is a brief summary. So, let us move on to that. So, the object of the invention is followed by the brief summary. In this section, the techno-legal expert talks about how the issues are solved through the claimed invention. So, already in the background, what are the problems in the state of the art or in the prior art are mentioned. Now, here in the brief summary, the techno-legal expert will give what are the solutions to that problem. Okay. Hence, in summary section, the inventor summarizes the invention and point outs. Rather than inventor, you can say the techno-legal expert, because he is the person who is who is drafting this document. So, he summarizes the invention and points out the solution which the invention offers to the existing issues. This summary is also called as a brief summary or statement of the invention. In this section, the novelty aspect is highlighted. Here, the techno-legal expert put forwards the novel and unique features of the technology. Here, this techno-legal expert explains the implementation of the invention. This section describes invention in accurate, readable, informative, understandable way, and it is a very concise way it is written. When we see this reference patent document, in the summary section, you can find out 8 paragraphs are written under summary. So, we will see that reference document in few minutes. So, what you will find in that summary? You will find there are total 8 paragraphs are there. And in this section, the inventor has the chance to explain the invention in the best possible manner. The techno-legal expert explains every part through explaining various embodiments, and further in the last para, that is here the 14 paragraphs in this reference document, he put the disclaimer, a sort of disclaimer about a scope of the invention being broad. So, he put the disclaimer so that he can keep the that invention scope broad. So, now we will see what that brief summary is in the reference document. So, please check your reference document. So, here you can see the brief summary of the invention. Just now see, it is starting with para 7, I will say 7, and then it is continued till this para 14. Okay. And in this paragraphs, these 8 paragraphs, techno-legal expert tried to explain what exactly the solution given to solve the problem. I will read first and then later on you can read the remaining part. Embodiments of the present invention provide an efficient, compact and portable oral care system that combines an oral care implement such as toothbrush with a fluid dispenser. Advantageously, certain embodiments are especially suited for easy transport and or travel. And then it continues next para, then para number 9, then this para number 10, then para number 11, para number 12, para number 13, and then it comes to the para number 14. I will read this. Further areas of applicability of the present invention will become apparent from the detailed description provided hereafter. It should be understood that the detailed description and specific examples, while indicating the preferred embodiment of the invention, are intended for purposes of illustrations only and are not intended to limit the scope of invention. Now, see, you can see the carefully how the language is used. They have clearly said it is a purpose of illustration. So, how careful the language is used. Then they are saying that it is not intended to limit the scope of the invention. So, you can see how carefully this statement is drafted. So, this is the disclaimer sort of thing which is given in the last at the end of a brief of a summary. Now, for the best practices generally followed while drafting the summary, so you can see how carefully they have drafted the patent expert or the techno-legal expert have drafted the document, and the summary can aim at stating the exact nature, operation and purpose of the invention that would be assistance in understanding the patent in future patent searches. This section generally avoid heading. Again, just like a brief, the background, here also the word invention in the title is in that heading. Instead of title, I will say in the heading, the word invention is avoided. Rather, it is preferably labeled as a summary rather than summary of the invention. The section generally never recite advantages or other aspect or any other matter that might limit the scope of the invention. The statement cannot include any legal or claim language. Generally, statement of the invention is broad enough such that alternative embodiments and implementations for the same or more elements are possible. So, the scope is kept broad so that you can think of other embodiments and implementations. Now, we have covered almost half of the reference patent document. We have discussed title, field of invention, background and a brief summary. Also the object of invention, but that part is not seen in the patent document we are referring now. I hope things are getting little vivid for you now. In case of any doubts, kindly reread and watch the previous video. Now, I would like you to take out the activity sheet, whatever you have done with the last module, and read whatever you have whatever you have understood after reading the first time that document. Whenever you have done the module 1, you have written something about this document in 300 to 400 words. Now again you read that thing. Does it follow the same line as the patent document? Just check that. Whatever you have written, and now you are started reading the patent document in detail. Whether the understanding with the first reading of the patent document and now you are reading it carefully part by part, if it is same or it is different. Okay. If you want to modify that thing, you can modify now. Now, think about something which you are working on. Now, this small exercise you can do. Think about something that in your area of expertise. Okay. So, if you are working on something or you are working in the laboratory for on some problem, just check that thing and apply this to your technology. Okay. So, you might have some kind of thought and that related to that particular technology, and you can just think of related to that technology. So, you can write the field of invention, then you can write that background, what is the problem, you can just write down in your words, and then you can write down the summary of the invention that although we are giving the heading as a summary, you just write down what the solution you are giving to that particular problem. So, you can write down these 3 things related to your technology. So, you can do that thing now. Now, if you have few more documents with you, suppose you have using keywords, if you have taken out the patent documents, right. Last time we have just check out in the last module that you check out the keywords related to this document, retrieve that document and just skim through that document. So, if that documents are with you now, you just find out how the field of invention is written in that document, how the brief summary is written in that document, or how the background is given in that particular document. So, you can get a variety of writing styles of the patent document, and you can just grasp that how this headings are handled or it is written in the patent document. We will continue this exercise and our quest of reading the patent document till our next module. To lighten your mood, now you have just gone through this techno-legal document, check this interesting video.
Great ideas! Excuse us!
Wait! Oh no! Hurry, go faster! Sorry!
Oh no!
Woohoo! We're in the lead! Not anymore! Yay! I came in first.
Wow, that's super fast!
It's a really cool sled. This is my latest invention. Eddie, how do you make an awesome sled like yours? So you want to invent something? In order to invent something, you first have to keep idea notes of your ideas. An idea note? Yup. This is the blueprint of the sled that I made. I designed it to have a streamlined rocket shape to make it go faster.
Wow, that looks so
cool! Eddie, do you think I could invent a new sled too?
Huh?
Of course! Here, this book will help you. Thank you. Crunk, crunk. At first, I read books to help me invent too. Do you think we can really invent something? Of course! Anybody can invent. Oh, wow. Really? Hey, guys. Want to try working together to invent a whole new sled? Yeah! I'll help too! Our sled has to be able to run on its own, not just go downhill. So it needs a power source.
Wow, that would be wonderful!
But how? What if we use wind power? I'll put a big sail on the sled, just like a sailboat. Yay! The wind is blowing! What if the wind stops blowing? That won't work. The problem with using wind is that it doesn't blow all the time.
Is there any other method?
This way, we won't have to wait for the wind.
Pororo, are you ready?
Ready? It's gone! This will work, I know it! Here goes nothing! Pororo, what are you doing? What? Oops. Sorry, guys. I need more wind. Pororo? Hey, Eddie. How's your invention going? Well... Huh? What's this a fan thing? Oh, I thought that if the fan could push the air back, the sled would move on its own. But it's harder than I thought. Pororo, I have an idea. Wouldn't the wind be stronger if we attach more than one fan? I don't think that would be enough. We need something that can push out the air really well, just like a balloon. Fans and compressed air. What you guys are talking about is the very principle behind a jet engine. This is how it works. The air sucked in by the fan is compressed or squeezed together and then blasted out the back.
You can continue the watching this video. See you in the next module where we will continue the same topic, that is how to read a patent. Thank you.